What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Dark Truth Podcast. I am your host, David Setti, as I broadcast to you from the hollow halls of Miskatonic University. And this is going to be a quick video because I actually spoke with a follower of mine. We follow each other on Instagram, and it was funny because I actually was watching a video at work today, not too long ago, before he messaged me about this. And it had to do with Lady Gaga's performance at the VMAs. And of course, you know, her and Ariana Grande got on stage, shook their asses, and I guess the whole thing about it was that they were wearing a mask. And of course, since we're living in the age of COVID-19, where if you don't wear a mask, you are a murderer and pretty much should be thrown in jail and locked up for capital murder. But one thing I noticed, and it was so easy to see, once you start to really see things in this world for what it really is, the quote unquote decoding things comes automatically. Sometimes I do believe that these celebrities and things like that, and you're talking about Lady Gaga, the queen of symbolic, ritualistic performances. I mean, it doesn't take a blind man to see that this woman is clearly involved, and if she's not involved in the occult, she definitely has some type of occult understanding. I mean, we're talking about the same woman that hangs around the one woman they was doing the spirit cooking and, you know, just this crazy shit. And it's just like, because I remember at one point I wanted to be in Hollywood. I wanted to be I want to be a film director, and I wanted to work in Hollywood. But I think as I've grown and I'm just starting to see like this weird shit that just comes out of Hollywood and these celebrities, you know, I was actually driving today and the spirit just hit me, and it says, you know, Hollywood, where men go to become gods and end up being slaves. But that's neither here nor there. What this video is really focusing on is what I've noticed with that performance is the celebrity and their role in the age of COVID. See, I think that we believe, because Hollywood and the music industry and stuff, that is an extension of the United States military. Let's not get that twisted. I'm going to say it one more time. Hollywood is an extension of, or a branch of, the United States military. You ever wonder why when you watch movies, the United States military is never really portrayed in a negative light? That is because these movies, even some of my favorite movies, they have to be reviewed by the Department of Defense to make sure that these movies don't contain anything that could be against American interests or the interests of the American government. So one of the things that I really noticed, and one of the things I really peep before I get into the decoding of her performance at the VMAs, the celebrity in the age of COVID will be the co-signer. I've mentioned this in my video. I believe it was the video I talked about the thought reform. And because we vicariously live through our favorite celebrities, we project our hopes and dreams on these people that in our minds are living life to its fullest potential. They're doing what they love and they're making loads of money doing it. You know, one of the things Bobby Hemmett said, and it actually made a lot of sense, is, you know, that this society is childish in the sense that it pays celebrities, basketball players, and all these, you know, entertainers more money than it does its teachers. Now, if anything, these teachers out here that are protesting don't want to go back to school because they fear that they're going to catch COVID and get some kid killed or something like that. What you really need to be protesting is the fact that you're underpaid. And that clearly shows that you're expendable. That's why they had no problem closing down those schools. That's why it shouldn't even be a debate, because the education and shit like that and the curriculums that these people are teaching is bullshit. They teach you, and you go in them schools, they teach you how to be a good little worker, a good little slave. So when they roll out the shit that they're doing right now, you're already compliant. They already got you when you was a kid. You was already raised not to ask no questions and to respect authority and to just go along, stand in line. You know what I'm saying? Be a good little boy. Go to the principal's office. That's psychologically prepping you to be a grown ass adult that still has a child's mind. And in the age of COVID, the celebrity is going to be the co-signer. You look at people like Tom Hanks saying that he doesn't respect you if you don't wear a mask, and Lady Gaga getting a mask up and things. These people are paid loads of money to basically continue the narrative that's placed before them. Because let's not get it twisted. These celebrities, not only are they paid the monies for the performances and the movies and things like that, but even when it comes to when they're just, it just looks like they're just sitting at home and just doing a little PSA announcement and stuff, they're paid loads of money to do that too. Notice how they never have a different opinion about certain things. You rarely hear a celebrity's opinion about political issues. They all kind of agree, oh no, we need to vote Democrat, vote for the, Hillary Clinton, things like that. The celebrity is used because they know that people look up to these people, then they are to become the mouthpieces for the powers that be. And they dictate to you what the narrative has to be. Because if somebody like an Adolf Hitler got on your TV screen and told you stand in line or wear a mask and stand 6 feet apart, then of course it's going to be obvious that you live in a totalitarian government that's bent on controlling you. But if I put Miley Cyrus on TV, or if I put John Legend on TV, or even if I put Beyonce on TV and they tell people to wear a mask and to practice social distancing, then it's different. See, the best way to keep you a slave in the 21st century is to put the person you most admire in front of your face, and she tells you what to do. Even the little blue check marks on Twitter was talking about how, if Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga can perform with a mask on, then there should be no reason why you can't go into a store and wear a mask too. And the reason they say that is because we grew up and we live in a society that puts these celebrities and put these people on these high pedestals. So if they can do it and they're doing it, then it should be no reason why you, the lonely person, the little common person, shouldn't do it. Because these people are celebrities and they make all this money, then clearly they are more superior to you. They're more of a genius than you are. God has blessed them with more talents than he has blessed you. Like I said, Hollywood, where people go to become gods and wind up slaves. You can talk to a lot of these celebrities out here, and they'll tell you the harsh truth about what it is to live and work in Hollywood. Matter of fact, Rose McGowan, a lot of you may not know who she is. She played Paige in the Charmed, the original Charmed series, and of course, she was in a lot of '90s movies, Scream, and all that kind of stuff. And she did an interview where, she basically was talking about, living and working in Hollywood. There's unspoken rules that aren't written down anywhere, but people in Hollywood know to follow those rules if they want to continue to get work, if they wanted to continue to get, get paid and have this life. Because I think once you get a taste of the money, once you get a taste of maybe a little bit of the freedom, you don't want to go back to being a hardworking, well, not a hardworking, but like a common 9-to-5 type. I mean, who does it? I mean, I work a 9-to-5 now and I despise it. So when we see that the celebrity is going to be used going forward, because they've always been used like this. But I think now, since there's clearly a defined agenda that's been established and a narrative that's been established with mainly this COVID-19 narrative, then the celebrity has to be the one to co-sign on it. I know, since I'm a huge comic book fan, the CW was doing, they produce the Flash TV show, Black Light and the things. And they had this poster and stuff like that with all the Superman and the Flash and all them wearing masks, saying real heroes wear masks. You see the psychological game they play on you. So then with that being said, let's go right into the breakdown of her video, of her performance. And it wasn't really too much to really break down because she really didn't do too much. But there's two main things that I want to point out is, of course, the mask. Now, any other time you wouldn't be wearing a mask when you're performing. But the main thing I want y'all to peep is the piano that she was playing, which was in the shape of a human brain. And when you're playing on a piano and you're playing tunes and you're playing music, basically as the code is, they're fucking with your mind. They're playing with your mind. They're casting spells on your mind. Not only that, she gets on stage and she, when she's accepting her awards, and all she's wearing is mask. You see, it's to ingrain that psychological narrative in you to, Oh no, that's what I need to be doing. Oh no, see, mask can be stylish. I can put the Gucci symbol on my mask and walk around like a branded slave if we weren't already branded slaves. And I also find it interesting too that the weekend came there and he had his I guess like his shtick or aesthetic or that he's doing now where it looks like he's beat up and bruised. I find it interesting because if you ever really kind of studied the Illuminati or, things like that when it comes to Hollywood, they'll say how a lot of these celebrities walk around. Sometimes they'll be bruised up or it looks like they've been punched in the face with this black eye or whatever. And it goes into a whole thing of ritual abuse and how, it's almost like a fraternity, almost like when you're trying to get into a fraternity and you're trying to get into a sorority or whatever, the hazing process to become a part of the in crowd, so to speak. So with all that being said, pay very close attention, my brothers and sisters, when you're hearing these celebrities co-sign on things, the global citizen, the stay at home thing, when all the celebrities were at home performing. Why not just get on stage? Why not have, like you did, why not have a stage where y'all all come together, whatever, and perform as if you're naturally performing in front of a regular audience if nothing was going around? Why the whole stay at home thing? Because see, that's the narrative they have to get you to be into. That's the psychological shit that they trying to get you ready for, to just stay at home, that you can't go nowhere when they lock shit down and you can't go outside and get groceries. See, we think this is a game because I think America has had it a lot easier than some of these other countries have. But see, they know that in America, the mindset of American people, you kind of have to feed it to us a little slow. You kind of really have to get us conditioned for something first, and then we'll accept it. Versus the rest of the world, they lock that shit down. Sirens going off when you when it's curfew time and shit. Ask these people in Australia what's going on down there. And that's why I told a good friend of mine, I'm not worried about another black man being killed. That's not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on what they're doing in Australia right now, because that's where they're testing the shit. They're testing the psychological responses of the people so they can roll this shit out right in front of our faces. So comment below, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe to the channel if you love what you hear, and you all have a blessed day.